Well, good morning, everyone out there in the world. We're coming to you from the Danville campus today. My name is Brian Lucas, and I'm sitting with Jeremy Congdon, our student pastor here at the Danville campus. Jeremy came on staff with us October of 2015.
That's right.
The years are flying by.
Yep.
Came to us from a church I got out of Colorado. You were working there, but you are from Oklahoma, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Great state of Oklahoma.
To you and your family, give us a little bit of that.
Yeah, so I'm married to Casey. We've been married for just over 8 years, and we've got 2 little girls, a 5-year-old named Avia and a 3-year-old named Emmy, and they are hilarious and a lot of fun and both very, very smart, and so that they keep us on our toes. It's great. We love them. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, okay. So this is something we're trying to do with the rest of the Danville staff, trying to just keep engaged with the congregation here, and then whoever else wants to see how goofy we are. Jeremy is literally sitting 10 feet away from me outside. I should stand up. You can probably see me waving.
Social distancing. It's good.
Keeping social distance. That's right. We're doing what the governor has asked us to do.
That's right.
And so, hey, so this is I'm just gonna throw some questions at you that I don't know that people may be interested in. I don't know. They might not be, but.
Yeah.
Just one to kind of get to know you a little bit, but also see what's happening, what you're doing during this time. So let me start with that. What are you doing during quarantine, during social distancing, during all this stuff we're going through?
Yeah. Well, so day to day, still trying to get work done, still trying to be a pastor to people and communicate as much as we can with students and with our leaders and with parents, just try and keep in contact with them. But then also have a lot of time at home and get to hang out with the family. We, with school being out, Avia is in kindergarten, so she's doing a lot of NTI work. So we're teachers now and get to kind of walk through some of that. My wife does a great job with that, but we're not busy at this point. It feels like there's still a lot to do. So still just trying to keep up routine and like I said, just kind of take it day by day. But it's been great.
Yeah. It is definitely, when I go home at night, I can feel the busyness that they've been in all day, and it feels like I've slowed down a bunch. But so yeah. Kudos to our wives and to the kids who keep trudging along.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so you mentioned it a little bit. Let's go down that road of what student ministry is doing during this time of not being able to be together in large groups and all of that, and talk through that a little bit.
Yeah. So we've really pushed community right now. But digitally, which is just kind of funny, but that's where we are. And so we're encouraging students and our small group leaders and just the people that are involved in our ministry to keep in contact with each other. So that might be through FaceTime or Zoom or Google Hangouts or even just through social media. We're encouraging them to continue through community. We think that's really, really important. So we push that as often as we can. Every day we use social media. We're putting daily devotionals out on our Instagram account and our Instagram stories, just trying to encourage students and really anybody to continue in the Word and continue in prayer. And we put a lot of other content out too, a lot of goofy stuff, just trying to entertain people, really kind of keep people from being bored, I guess. But then as far as our programming stuff goes, we are still doing Wednesday night messages. So our team has put together some messages that we filmed that go on our YouTube channel every Wednesday night at 7:00. And we encourage all of our students and leaders to go and watch that. They're usually 10 to 15 minutes, but we're just kind of treating that like a normal teaching, just like every Wednesday night, pushing people to that. And then from there, we encourage groups to get together and discuss it and just kind of talk and try to apply what they've heard to their everyday life. So it's still ministry. It just looks a little bit different. But it's great. We've gotten a lot of great feedback, and we think it'll be really great for the weeks to come.
Sure. Hit on that feedback a little bit. What are you hearing? What are maybe some students telling you about the experience?
Yeah. So again, I think the heightenedness of community is really great right now. People don't have the personal face-to-face, like being together in person. But they're getting to see each other again through their phone or their computer. And I think even though it's only been a few weeks at this point of quote unquote quarantine, students and our leaders are seeing that, man, being with other people is so valuable. It's such a big deal. And so we've told them that hopefully this does kind of shed some light on how important it is to be in Christian community with other people so that you can learn and grow together. And we've seen that students really value that. They're excited to jump on those videos. They're excited to see their small group and their small group leaders again, even though really it hasn't been that long. It's just the whole mindset of everything right now is we want to be around people. And so this gives them an opportunity to do that. And then our content that we've been putting out, a lot of the different staff members on our student ministry team have just done a phenomenal job of creating content. And it's valuable stuff that we really think is going to help push people to grow in their faith.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love how your team rallied around as soon as the school shut down. You guys were in meetings right away going, okay, what are we going to do and how can we stay connected? So great job with you and your whole team on that. As that continues and we continue to learn every day what this is all going to look like. Yep. Let me turn the page just a little bit, learn a little bit more about you. Okay, so how about favorite Bible story?
Ooh, favorite Bible story. So I really I've settled in this story a lot here in the last few months, and I keep kind of thinking about it, and it keeps getting brought up. And so this is one of my favorites. It's the story of Gideon. And I even got to talk about this, I think, here recently in a men's group that we were a part of. So Gideon is called to create an army and go and fight the enemies of God. And he's really skeptical that God's going to do anything and pull through. And so he asks for some signs. God gives him the signs. He asks for more signs. God gives him the signs again. Finally, he agrees to it. And his army is whittled down into just 300 men. And he goes and fights hundreds of thousands. And they emerge victorious because they had God on their side. And it's just a really cool story that I've just, I don't know, it's exciting to read, and it's really encouraging to know that that same God is with us every day and with me every day and can help me through challenges and stuff. So that's one that I've been focused on as of recently, and I would say it's one of my favorite Bible stories.
Yeah, I think about as favorite, and I know that moves around. It's a moving target depending on what we're going through, what's happening around us. But yeah, awesome. Are you in any books right now? You got a book that you're into that you're enjoying?
Yeah, so my focus for 2020 was really to focus on prayer a little bit more. And so I asked some of our staff members for some recommendations, and Gary Black, one of our awesome teaching pastors here, he recommended a book called Mighty Prevailing Prayer by a guy named, actually I have it right here, Wesley Duell is his name, Mighty Prevailing Prayer. It's all about experiencing the power of answered prayer, and man, it's deep and full of really good content, but I really like it. It's really challenging me in my prayer life. I really like it.
That's awesome. Okay, man, that's a good recommendation. As we have time, we have found extra time. I want to keep asking what people are reading, and maybe put that on the shelf too. Okay, how about music playlist? Anything that you're jumping into right now?
Oh man, my music playlist is all over the place. I don't settle with any specific genre personally. I listen to a lot of what I would call classic rock, and so there's a lot of AC/DC, Aerosmith, ZZ Top. Boston's actually my favorite band. Growing up in a I mean, I'm not that old, but my dad was really big into classic rock, and so that's what I listen to a lot.
Awesome.
And it's playing in most playlists I have, there's music like that in it. So
yeah, that's great. That'll get you going. That'll get you moving.
Right.
Okay, how about binge worthy? Anything you guys are binge watching? That's a dangerous question, maybe.
Right. Well, sure. There's lots of things we're watching. I think my go-to typically, and we seem to watch these pretty consistently, regardless of anything else that we're watching, is The Office. Mm-hmm. We almost always watch episodes of The Office throughout the week. And then Seinfeld. Seinfeld's my favorite show. And so when I'm either by myself or we're just trying to kind of have something in the background, it's one of those two that's usually on. And they're just hilarious. They're incredible.
I have to laugh. And the reason I laughed when I asked you the question is because of the conversation we had yesterday, which I went and watched a little bit of. This Tiger, whatever it's called, I don't even know.
Tiger King.
I'm not recommending it to anyone, but oh my word. Oh my word, that's all I'm saying. Okay.
It's all about this guy from Oklahoma, and I'm from Oklahoma, so it's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. There it takes all types to make the world go around.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let me give you a chance to sound off if there's anything that you want to put out there, and then I'll finish this up with kind of a lightning round, quick questions, bounce off of you. But let me give you a chance if there's anything that you want to say to your peeps or our peeps here at Danville, whatever. Let me give you a chance to sound off a little bit.
Yeah, I go towards community. I know it just looks weird right now with all the different things in place. Businesses shut down and people stuck in their homes for long periods of time. Community is so important. Community with your family. I would just encourage everybody to be focusing on that. This is an opportunity that we've been given, I think, to really focus on those relationships. Community with other people in the church. So if you've been a part of a small group of some kind, some Southland group or whatever that looks like, don't stop meeting. Make it digitally, make it via video, but just make sure to connect with people. And then community with God. Again, I think this is a gift, really, that He's been given, that He's given us to focus in on what's really important and the relationships that are most important, and that's with Him. So if you're not doing that, now's the perfect time to start and to dive in. And we've got some good resources if people need it. We can point them in that direction. But that would be what I would want everybody to focus on in this time.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's for sure what I'm learning during this time is how this downtime, this forced downtime, is allowing me to concentrate on the Father a whole lot more than I was allowing before. So good word there in the community that we can have even now through our devices and through socials and all of it. So, yeah. All right, let's finish up with some lightning round stuff. So I'm just going to fire them out and then we'll close it off. Okay.
Okay.
But okay, your favorite pizza place, like whether it's takeout, the quick stuff everywhere, or if it's a local place. What's your pizza place?
Favorite pizza place? Oh man. Oh gosh, it's supposed to be lightning round. This is really hard. I mean, we don't do Bluegrass here in Danville is really, really good, but we typically do Papa John's. That's our go-to.
Yeah.
So
there's
I don't know.
A place in Harrisburg we need to try too. It's new. Okay. Favorite burrito joint?
Oh gosh. Probably Chipotle. There's a place in Wichita, Kansas called I think it's called Firebirds. It's really, really good too. But again, it's limited, but Chipotle would be my go-to.
Okay. You kind of already answered this, but band in high school, who were you listening to? What was the favorite?
Well, so so Boston's been kind of my favorite for a really long time. But in high school specifically, there was a band called Breaking Benjamin that was my favorite. I really got into them. They were kind of a mix, kind of an alternative punk, kind of grunge metal type. It's kind of a mixture. It was interesting, but I liked them a lot.
Okay. Go find them on Spotify. That's right. Okay. You have a bucket list item that you hope to be able to accomplish?
Bucket list. So my wife and I, we've talked about this for years and years and years. We want to go to Ireland. That's our, as far as travel goes, that's where we want to go. We want to go to Ireland at some point. So hopefully sometime down the road, we'll get to do that.
Get beyond this coronavirus.
Right.
On your way. All right. How many states have you visited in the U.S.?
Oh man. So we've had this discussion to determine what counts and what doesn't count. I'm going to say 28. 28 is how many I've been to. That doesn't include some of the states that I just had a connecting flight in that maybe I ran through the airport for 30 minutes, or whatever, but 28. So over half.
Okay. That's pretty good. You're on your way. Yeah. And international travel, how many countries have you been to?
Yeah. So I've been to 5 countries. Mexico, Grenada, the island of Grenada. And then I went to Turkey and Greece and Italy in college. So,
oof. Yeah. Oh man. We'll have to compare notes on that. That's awesome.
It's fun.
Okay. And you have a favorite of any of those international choices?
Italy for sure. Rome. We spent about a week in Rome, and it was incredible. It was really cool. We got to see a lot of biblical sites and things like that, and it was awesome.
That's great. Yeah. That's the end of my list. That was
nice.
That's it, bro.
Not too bad.
Hey, awesome. Okay. Hey, thanks, Jeremy, for joining us. If you need to connect with Jeremy or want to connect with Jeremy, you can find him on our Website, of course. His email is jcongdon@southland.church, and he's got an office phone, all that stuff. But yeah, thanks, Jeremy, for all you do. Thanks for your ministry to our students and to our community and for God's kingdom.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Good to have you, both. See you soon. Like in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, well, my thanks go to Jeremy for allowing us to get to know him a little bit better, spend a little bit of time with him. And next up is Tiffany Jacobs as we see what's going on in her world. We'll see you real soon.